think I've made an executive decision. This spot is about 8 trillion times better than the last one, so even though my service still sucks, I am not going to leave because it's much cooler. There's a breeze off the water. The views are gorgeous. I can actually see the river instead of just hearing boats go by on it. And nobody is left here, whereas there were people over here the other day camping still. So I'm pretty sure I'll have this whole section to myself, and I like that it's all open this way. But I still have all this cool breezy shade right on the water. So, and I can utilize that picnic table since nobody's camping there. Hi there. Heather here from Heather's Hikes and Adventures, and as you can see behind me, holy moly, did I hit the jackpot of campsites for the night. I could have been here last night, but we're not going to talk about that. You can watch my last video to see where I did end up. Still a good site, still free, but check this out. That's right, you heard me say free. This baby, free. I am on the river. I cannot remember which river, so I will caption it here below as soon as I look it up on the Googles. But I am at Potts Preserve. I am on the campground entrance that is on North Hootie Point Road. North Hootie Point. I'm on that location. There's two. So if you do book at Potts Preserve and you want to be on the river, you're going to want the River Campground. This is the primitive one, and it is the Hootie Point one. So, that being said, this is another Southwest Florida Water Management District. You know, my go-to for free Florida campgrounds, and I don't know what it was about my site last night. If you did watch the video, I know I already referenced it, and I will link it below. It was gorgeous. I mean, the trees were gorgeous. I think it's because I only had one set of neighbors and they were so close to me, comparatively speaking, for these types of properties, since they were the only other people. And they started with their music after dark and kind of started arguing for a little bit and talking, and it was nothing that was a deal breaker. It was nothing that was super disruptive inside my van, nothing like that. My comfort level was not where it normally is. So I actually was packed up to leave this morning until I decided to check out the river one last time. And holy moly, I'm glad that I did. So let me show you around my site. I don't know if this is actually a site, but I am in the campground. I am still behind the gate code. So I think the only difference is that there's no fire ring or picnic table here, but I digress. Let's take a look at my awesome site here on the river. I'm gonna go hang that towel in the sun since I may or may not have spilled a glass of blackberry lemonade and had to use it to clean up. By the way, it works great at dabbing up puddles. And I did pull that out again, although honestly I don't think I'm gonna set it up. I don't need it. I have a picnic bench there if I need it. I have my little setup right here with my aluminum table and my chair underneath the hatch if I need it. Knock on wood with, oh, here comes a boat. See, I could hear them last night. I just could not see them at all. And I much prefer to be able to see what I'm hearing. I moved the picnic table into the shade some. Took quite a bit of effort with my wussy muscles these days, but I got it done. And I have my new cover on it already, so I'm gonna go make some coffee there in the shade here in a second, and then that's where I'm gonna make dinner tonight, which I'm hoping turns out good. I have kind of a invention of my own that I'm gonna be trying. I'm currently charging my fans, and I don't know if you've been keeping up, but I just got done reading The Subtle Art of this one right here. And I'm starting in on this one now. So I will keep you posted on if it's as good as the first, but I highly recommend the first one. This is one campsite right here, which is one of the tent-only sites. I kind of commandeered the picnic table since nobody's here though. And then there's at least one, I think 2 other sites, so let's go check those out real quick. You can see I'm charging my 2 solar lanterns there in the sun right now. These are really beautiful campsites. This is a perfect example of why I want to be able to tent camp. Here's the second primitive site, and then I see the third there through the shade. Looks like the shadiest of the 3. Oh, I just see it. I don't know if you guys can see it. There's a big deer right back there at the wood line. And then this is the third site, which I really like how it kind of goes around this little island here. You could put your tent right there looking out on the water. That would be gorgeous to wake up to. Look at that. It'd be like you were out here all by yourself. Well, you know what I mean. Gorgeous. So it's about 4:30 right now. I think I'm going to start dinner prep. I'm going to use this delicious pre-made pot roast that I got at Publix when I was grocery shopping this week. The first thing I'm going to do is heat that up, or I should say preheat, my version of preheat on the Hot Logic. I'm going to use my little Jackery for that. And then I'm just going to pop it in the Hot Logic to get warm for about an hour. And then I'm going to do phase 2 of what I hope is going to be a new recipe that I really like. I also added a layer of shredded carrots to the top. All right, I've plugged it into my little Jackery 240. I've turned it on. Oop, that's what I was trying to show you. And I'm going to close this baby up now and then check it in about an hour. You can see why they shut the Riverside Campground down certain times of the year. See that dark line right there? That's the water line for when the flood comes. So you can see how low it is right now. And then it gets all the way up here, which, as you can see, would put all of those sites underwater for sure. And the water would come up pretty substantially into the main part of the campground. Oh, the little woodpecker joined us. I don't think you can see him. Another little fun fact tidbit for you is all those little tiny knobby knees poking out of the ground that look like little roots and knobs and all those and whatnot. You can see they start out very small and gradually get larger. And you can see closer to the water. Look how high they are over there by the water. They're not actually baby trees, which is what I thought they were when I was little. That's the root system for the cypress. They're referred to as cypress knees because of their knobby knee appearance. They're taller closer to the water there like that because they need to be able to poke out of the water to breathe, so to speak, when the water's higher. So instead of the root system being entirely underground like it is with many trees, you'll see the cypress trees like this have a lot of their root structure poking out of the ground. The sun is still a bit aggressive outside, so I just went ahead and plugged her in here. And we're just boiling some water for our mashed potatoes. We've got with the roasted garlic, and I'm just gonna add those. The plan, I can go ahead and clue you in now, is we're gonna put some mashed potatoes in here to get them mixed up. Once they're mixed up, we are gonna layer them on top. No, no fly, you are not invited to dinner. Oh yeah, it's hot. So, the plan is to layer the mashed potatoes on there. They'll soak in the juices some, then stay on top for the rest. Hopefully get a teensy bit crusty, and then I'm going to put some cheese on top to melt it. It's going to be kind of like shepherd's pie. So I think since it's different enough to call my own, we're going to go with camper's pie because I'm not all that creative apparently. So let's see how my camper's pie turns out. I told you you were not invited, fly. Goodbye. Oh, if you guys could smell that. Alright, just to kind of give you a view, you can see how it is kind of oozing down into the yummy mixture. Oops, I got a little bit overboard there. Let me get that. And then I just have kind of made that a top layer. I'm going to sprinkle some cheese on now, close it back up, give it another 45 minutes or so, and see what happens. Okay, a last look at our pre-finished product. The before. I've really been working on minimizing my waste when I'm out camping, and so I got this little odor-proof compostable trash bin, and it came with a little mounting thing. I just don't have a place to mount it inside, unfortunately. So I'm experimenting with where I like keeping it the best when I'm camping, but I found now that I'm being more conscious about it and I'm trying to keep everything confined to one bin in between dumpings, that I can go 3 days easily with just that one little plastic trash bag inside here. Do you guys see the gator just barely poking out of the water under the palm tree? I bet it's gonna disappear in a minute. Oh, it's getting darker and I think dinner might be ready. Let's see how it's turning out. I'm so excited. All right, let's see how it looks. Okay, the cheese melted. Let's see if it's ready. Oh, mama. I would say so. Let's dig in. Wait, let's give this a go, shall we? Oh, man. All right, let me make sure I get a good piece of beef in there, too. Oh, this is so good. Camper's pie is a-okay. You know what, you guys? This is so good. And I'm so tired and it's been a long day, even though it hasn't looked like it to you guys. So I am gonna call this, and I just want to thank you so much for watching. It means so much to me, and I will see you guys very soon. Thank you for hanging out at me at my awesome free site on the river here in Florida. Till next time, bye.